Welcome back. So in this video we're gonna see how to edit a material from the collections and how to create a mixed material. So let me explain a bit what's mixed material. A mixed material is a mix of two materials for creating a specific material. For example, rock and snow, grass and rock, etc. So let's take a look firstly at editing materials from the collections. So I'm not simply generate terrain here, as you can see, very basic, okay, simple terrain, and I'm not rotate a bit like this and get zoom out a bit, and as you can see it's very basic, very simple, something like this. Okay, and I'm gonna just find a good lightning shading here. Okay, pretty well. So now I'm gonna double click on my sphere and then double click here and take one of these materials, and I'm gonna pick a simple material here which is grass variation. Now you can see here we have our material. So just by right clicking and editing function, you can see how the material is actually created. So, and now just by editing these functions here or these nodes, you can easily modify the looking of your material. For example, here, if we take a look at the Blender, we've seen this before in the terrain editing. Okay, so in the Blender, we're gonna have the possibility to modify the combination mode. So you can maybe use min and max, and you get another result. Subtract, and as you can see, you get another result, and multiply. And here it's completely different. Okay, so for example, let's use the subtract here and play with the ratio. Okay, so I'm gonna let it to 1, and here I'm gonna come and edit my map. Okay, so edit color map, and here we have the color map editor where you can modify your color. So I'm gonna double click here and choose more green color like this. Okay, so we have grass, and I'm gonna pick a yellowish color, something like this. Oops, sorry, something like this, for creating like dead grass or something or so. And here you can see the color variation generated, and you have the current color, etc. You can delete color keys, or you can delete color keys. Okay, you can also flip colors if you want to, and here you have the edit opacity filter, so you can edit how the filter is actually working. You have here to set your color if you want, depending on the hue, illumination, saturation, and so on. And you can, by double clicking, add any color. Okay, so if I wanted to add some blue, there will be. So the more maybe you add colors, the more accuracy and the more realistic your graph will look, because nature is about randomness. Okay, so maybe if I add something like this, you're gonna have more color variation. It's a bit too dark for our blending mode, so I'm not. Okay, so something like this, and I click OK, and here you can edit your functions. And here we have some color variation. Also here you can see it's color variation map, and here too it's color variation map, and they blend this together with a blender to create our exit color, which is this one here. So we can easily edit this one here to reduce its effect by playing with the roughness, You can also play with the contrast to add more details or more depth, or just reduce it through some noise. You can add some noise variation, etc. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to edit the functions of our material. And if I click OK and OK and just zoom in something like this and do a little preview, you can see how it does actually look. And if we just, I'm not copying my material, if we just applied this grass variation here, this is how it actually would look like, which is, in my opinion, not a pretty it doesn't really represent a grass variation. Okay, beside our hair material that we just did. As you can see, editing materials from collections is pretty powerful and useful in some cases when you don't have all the abilities to create some materials, so you can use one of the collection and then modify it. So I'm gonna reset my scene, and we're gonna see how to create a mixed material.